Seriously, guys, fuck Canada.
We will all have our victory.
What is up, dudes and dudettes and all the little demons in between? How y'all doing? The last 24 hours, I have just been pumped up just hearing what's been going on out in the Twativerse and our trade war going on with the United fucking States. And all of this could have been avoided. All of this could have just been rectified. The ball was thrown in Cuban Fabio's court, and what did they do? Nothing. Styx ended up doing a video that I wanted to do a raw reactions on, and it fits, I think, perfectly with the synopsis and the point of Oddly Terrifying with Maiden.
Alright everyone, Justin Trudeau is on his way out. He's clearly not going to be in office anymore. And so, what does he decide to do? He fires a shot across the bow at the United States.
Well, Styx, let me just correct you on a couple of things. He says that he intended to resign, meaning that he didn't really say that I'm resigning as of now after I'm done this fucking speech. There was nothing like that. The whole thing, as I've been talking about, has just been that spinning wheel of death called the buffer. The buffer, the buffer, the buffer. It's just been buffering until we figure out who's going to be the next selected champion of the face of the CCP, the Canadian Communist Party. We all know it's going to be Comrade Carney. Everybody is endorsing that motherfucker. So when is the leadership race going to happen? When is that going to happen? Nobody knows. Everything is on pause right now. Canada is going through a major, unnecessary, well, kind of, I guess, in a way, buffer zone. We're in a huge fucking buffer. Buffering. Still fucking buffering! What did Cuban Fabio do? You're right, he did retaliate by doing the same thing as Trump. Well, we're gonna start having to tax 25% on American goods. And the best part is, all that American booze that you Canadians like, yeah, we're taking it off the shelves. Because that's what the market is asking for. I love how we're looking at what the politicians, what these criminal elites are doing in the interest of Canadians, because we're Team Canada here, without necessarily asking if you want to get your American booze to be thrown out. That certainly fucking worked. You guys definitely showed Russia during the Ukraine situation. You guys definitely did. Throw out all the fucking vodka and then put sanctions on these guys. You might as well do the same thing with the United States. The one that puts in how many trillions towards the military? And I have a Second Amendment? You guys really want to be doing that now, do ya? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying. Well, let's have some fun with this chaos regardless.
Yes, indeed. Let me make something clear. When the Trump administration says we're going to retake the Panama Canal, I take it seriously. I believe it's a good idea. It's not imperialistic, by the way, as long as you sweeten the deal. I'll be talking about that later. When we talk about Greenland, if Greenland secedes from Denmark and decides it wants to go westward ho, they can petition for annexation. Nobody in the United States is seriously considering invading Canada.
I would really love it if you guys did, as you could plainly see some American paraphernalia up here. Some of us actually like that shit. It would be nice if you did, though, and it would be quite hilarious to see, like, the American military coming up to annex Quebec, and the French people are freaking the fuck out, and I don't know why I find that hilarious. Freaking them out and just scaring them, and even if Quebec became the 51st state, the Americans are not going to tolerate their bullshit. You're either an American or you stay up here and be like your own French version of California.
That is not going to happen.
I wish it did, though.
They're not going to send the U.S. Marines to Canada.
I wish that'd be funny. I'm laughing too because it would be great.
Trying to take them over. It's just not going to happen. It's foolishness to even consider that would be a serious consideration. It's not going to occur. That being said, when Justin Trudeau comes out and says that he wants 25% tariffs on U.S. goods, here's the problem. Let's say that the U.S. tariffs Canadian goods at 25%. Canada does the same. Which one is the net exporter? Well, it's Canada. With fuel, with automotive parts, etc., etc. You're going to get screwed. You're going to end up absolutely catastrophically. You're going to end up in complete demise.
Yeah, and that would actually be a great thing. This is why I'm supporting this whole retaliation of Trump going against Canada in this regard. I love it because we've already had this conversation a few years ago during the renegotiation of NAFTA, which is now called the USMCA. Trump had talked about it even back then, and the whole Buy Canadian thing was trending on Twitter. You guys do remember that, right? I was actually for it then, I'm still for it now. Not the Buy Canadian part. But again, capitalism. If you guys want to buy things that are cheaper and you want to boycott the United States and sell your vacation home sell your vacation home in Florida because fuck you, Trump, well, okay, good luck with that. You're pretty fucking stupid, but anyways, it's fucking hilarious to see. Even a Cheesecake Ford over there was trying to act all tough with his Bangladeshian Canadian hat over there. Canada's not for sale, and yet Canadians elected a guy who graduated from dictator college and admires China's basic dictatorship. Oh, but we're not going to sell Canada out. We're all for Canada this and Canada that, and we're and here's the thing though. All of a sudden, you guys seriously care, but Cuban Fabio said Canada has no core identity. It's going to be a post-national state. So what's the problem? And here's the other thing. A lot of yous out there in Canada love paying taxes, especially here in Quebec. What's the problem? You're used to it. What's a 25% here, a 25% there, a carbon tax here, property tax there, capital gain tax there, luxury tax, a welcome tax, all of that good shit. So again, what's the fucking problem? What's the problem? Why? Because it's Trump? That just goes to show that you guys are fucking brainwashed out the ass. And the whole 51st state thing was nothing but a joke, and people took that fucking seriously. The whole premise, in my opinion, the reason why Trump had stated that he was going to do that initially for this 25% was to try to get these fucking idiots to come to the negotiating table and work something out. We're going to put 25% on all your goods if you don't do anything about the fentanyl shit coming from on your side, and also illegals. This whole thing could have been avoided. Listen, this is not a mystery anymore. Okay, we see it in Vancouver, we see it out in fucking Tirana, you see it out there in Montreal, okay? Montreal is part of this little place here that is called Quebec with your beautiful French distinct society. It's not that distinct when it's following the same trends as other blue cities in the United States and also major ones up here in Canada that you need to win to be fucking prime minister, you douchebags. Come to Montreal, go to Chinatown, you'll find the fentanyl all over the goddamn place. You'll find it, you'll find the homeless people, you'll find illegals in Quebec as well. Never mind your French thing. The French is just a secondary bullshit that's trying to get you guys to come here and spend your fucking money. Oh, we must crush the Anglophone threat, but here's some tours out in Quebec City in English.
Because the way that the economy works if you are an importer or an exporter with another country, let's say that you're the exporter and you tariff the goods. Well, you're exporting more than you're importing. If they retaliate, you get screwed in the ass. I would warn the Canadian clankers that you will lose this particular battle.
Duh. We've already been losing with all these fucking idiots that magically got voted in twice already, not by any foreign entities, mind you. That's all been denied. That's all been pretty much cleared up by the Trudeau admins and shit. I know that they're gonna lose. Canadians are losing their mind, they're losing their homes, they're losing quality of life, they're losing a lot of things because they're getting taxed out of their ass. How does it feel? Now that you guys see the 10 years of Cuban Fabio, is he still like his daddy? Are you happy that you voted for him because of his lovely hair and his pink socks and his last name? Was it all worth it? Was the legal Trudeau weed all worth it? Oh, guys, come and tell me. I need to hear, Maiden, you were right. You were right. Yes, I know I'm right, but it's also nice to be told, to be vindicated too.
It is inevitable that you will lose it. The United States is a juggernaut of importation. That, in some ways, is a bad thing, because, of course, it's reliant on many other countries.
Which, unfortunately, can also thank Biden for that as well. Can thank him for that too.
But at the same time, it's also an advantage, because if it chooses to tariff the imports to build its domestic economy, you're the ones that suffer, unfortunately.
Just reading the title. Justin Trudeau promises tariffs, needs to F himself. Trust me, that motherfucker needs to do a hell of a lot more than simply F himself. I'd like to help with that.
I don't want Canadians to suffer. I have no problem with Canadians. Some people apparently in New England do. But you can't win this battle. It's impossible. It makes absolutely no sense.
Well, listen, Styx, hate to tell you, but Canadians are like the Republicans in some way. They may win for a while, but they tend to snatch snatch from the they're just gonna fucking lose. They're like the Republicans. Anytime you have a little bit of a victory, you guys tend to like not keep up with the fucking winning streak. You really don't. I'm forgetting the saying. I was never snatching from the jaws of victory. Canadians are very good at that. They go through like a weird like temper tantrum right now, and in terms of an election, they're just more concerned about who they're voting out rather than who they're voting in. They have no consideration because they're fucking stupid. Canadians are self-loathing assholes. And I'm glad that this shit is happening. It's making, just making me fucking vindicated. Unfortunately, I know that we're gonna lose, and I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of losing, and I'm tired of getting taxed out of my ass. Do you guys not realize how difficult it is to be a libertarian and a capitalist here in Canada? People like me who are intelligent and talented, it's gonna be very difficult to survive up here. And these assholes, these fucking idiots, need us more than we need them. So yeah, it's, I know we're losing. We're losing more than simply just our fucking minds while we're at it.
Whatsoever. What Trump is trying to do, by the way, he's not trying to invade Canada or any nonsense like that. What he's trying to do is get rid of the tariffs that are already on U.S. goods. That's the only thing that's happening right now. He's trying to impress upon you, let's have fair trade and free trade.
Well, I mean, it's like what a lot of us were saying. It's just a fucking tactic. Just come to the table. But again, these are the same fucking people that locked you guys down for a few years and made you afraid of a fucking bug. Now you're going up against Trump when it comes to tariffs and negotiation. What do you think was gonna happen, you fucking idiots? More losing and more buffering.
That's the only goal in this particular situation. Unfortunately, Justin Trudeau didn't get the message. And it doesn't...
Oh, he hasn't gotten the message in a long time. I've been saying this for a while. When these little scandals and little tidbits of propaganda started coming out that we're going to be changing an all thy sons command to whatever the fuck it was. They changed the national anthem and all this fucking shit. Little things like that eventually get normalized, and people wonder what the hell happened to the Canada that I knew. And I've been saying this for a while. This guy should have been impeached. But unfortunately, this is Canada. We're still under the crown, unfortunately. The language Nazis got one thing right. Fuck the monarchy. But ironically enough, they want to create their own monarchy. So if you guys are not a fan of that style of governance, take out the fucking fleur-de-lis, you idiots. Oh yeah, it's also religious too, seeing as you guys are sucking secularism's fucking dick so goddamn hard to the point where you're making it like a state religion. For a while now. If you can't impeach him, it'd be nice if he was forced out of office. It would be nice. It would be nice. Let's have an actual J6 up here. But I know, it's not democratic, that's not nice, that's very un-Canadian, it's not civil. Fuck that shit. Remember what I fucking told you guys? All the BS that was being left in 24 is staying there. It's a new year, new era, new paradigm shift. I'm not apologizing for any of that shit. Okay? This is the chaos that I fucking want. Take that old veil and just fucking strip it down and have it be naked. Not naked as in like you should feel ashamed, but look at it. Look at the fucking reality that is happening with this goddamn country. This pretty boy douchebag has not gotten the fucking memo. You guys should have been bitching, pressuring this guy to be retaliated after the Freedom Convoy. You fucking Canadians should have put a hell of a lot more pressure. There should have been a hell of a lot more than just simply voting these assholes out. Because you can't necessarily vote your way out of tyranny and keep voting harder.
It surprised me that he didn't get the message. He has it out for Donald Trump in a big way.
Well, I mean, is this part of his egonomics? I would say, yeah, it is part of the egonomics because, hey, the budget will balance itself and the border will also secure itself. That's literally what the mentality is. If you had me in a fucking room with both of them, Trump and Cuban Fabio, I would just love to telepathically know what the hell's going on in their minds. That would be pretty fucking metal.
He has for years. He seems to get along with Biden, probably because Biden falls asleep all of the time, and so Justin Trudeau can just talk over him and Biden just passes out.
Anyways. Pause!
I think that's the whole goal.
You probably would have gone very well with Borders are. I mean, Cuban Fabio has a Montreal writing, and she has connections to Montreal too. Oh, how lovely, yay! But now that Trump is reelected, or reselected, now everyone has a problem. Now we have to say, that now they're like, oh, they're freaking out. We don't want to be like America, guys. We don't want to be like America. The cartoon con is like the Canadian version of Trump. Any person who is on the right is like a Trump. Guys, this is Canada. We don't have a center-right. Show me a conservative in Quebec. Show me a conservative in Canada, really. Center-right. Yeah, okay. The conservatives are sinos. They're center-left.
We're supposed to be allies. We're supposed to be friends.
Well, trust me.
We need to have...
Listen, I'm friends with Americans. I like Americans. I get excited when I see Americans. I like to talk to Americans. The genesis of this channel, the audience was primarily American, and then when I started talking more and more about Cuban Fabio, the Canucks were starting to fly their way in, and they didn't go south, but the geese were still around. Unfortunately, those ethereal demons, assholes.
A free trade between our two countries. That's what Donald Trump is trying to assure. It's not really about the tariffs themselves. Those, I don't think, in the end, will even be a thing. It's more the threat of tariffs. So it's like, basically, hey, if you keep screwing us, we're going to put a 25% tariff on your goods.
Well, as far as my understanding goes, Trump did say that he was going to do it on February 1st. I'm recording this as February 2nd. I'm not sure what's going on February 4th. Something else was going on. Not sure. There's like so much bombardment on this, and I'm just like in this timeline, I'm not really paying attention to February 4th or whatever the deal is. Yeah, it is a threat of tariffs, just like, you know, Trudeau said that he would intend to resign. He didn't say I'm resigning, guys. He says he intends to resign at some point. It's like the same idea. There's an intent there, but nothing after the fact.
But nobody really wants that.
Well, I mean, here's the problem with Canadians. They love paying taxes. They love that shit. They're okay with paying a property tax. They're okay with paying a school tax. They're okay with paying a whole bunch of taxes that nobody even been asked about. Nobody asked me if I wanted to pay all of these amount of taxes and have an X amount of it be stolen out of my fucking paycheck. It's tax season right now. The government of Quebec should be financially starving. Like I stated, individuals like myself should not be taxed like this. I didn't vote for this shit. So why the fuck should I get screwed over? Because of the decision of other stupid Canadians. And here we could have a good discussion about taxes. Yes, taxation without representation is legal thievery. It is a violation on my property rights, meaning that I wasn't asked if I wanted to pay tax. I wasn't asked any of this stuff. Why isn't it voluntary? Why don't we get to decide if we want to pay taxes? And which other taxes should exist? Which ones should be abolished? That's the type of conversation that we should be having. I've only been saying that for like a few fucking decades already. A lot of yous are fucking behind. And just like we should have had a conversation about what does liberty look like and mean in a Canadian setting. Should have had that talk back in 1995 after the referendum.
It's a little bit different from a couple of other countries that the United States is actually strong-arming at the moment. With Canada, close ally, big economy, good people, speak English.
Don't forget the French.
Speak English. And so forth.
Well, you forgot French, Italian, Greek, Arab, Chinese, Mandarin, Punjabi. Am I missing anything else, guys?
He wants to screw the Canadian people. Yeah, I've had some Canadian subscribers over, actually. They gave me some artwork, and I really, really love it.
I mean, if you gave me your P.O. box, dude, I'd send you some Canadian maple syrup. I'm gonna give Canada and Quebec their credit. Curse you and your Vermont of maple syrup.
Nobody has a problem with Canadians. Well,
I do. I have a problem with anti-freedom Canadians. I have a problem with anti-freedom Quebecers. I have a problem with other Canadians. And I'm a Canadian on paper. And a Quebecer on paper. I don't share the same values as they do. Again, I like the idea of liberty. I like capitalism. I like the respect of private property and freedom. All that good shit. Oh, and guns too. Which I finally have them here. I finally have them. Yes. Oh, hello, baby. That lovely firepower.
Well, I mean, other nations that play hockey, they might have a problem with them. Trump is not trying, in essence, to, I believe, actually tariff Canada. But for Justin Trudeau to respond, to retaliate, by saying, hey, we'll have 25% tariffs on the United States goods and imports, that's a bad idea.
That's a stupid idea. It's not just a bad idea, that's a foolish and stupid idea. Dude, you're doing this against the United States. And to see all the premiers get together. Oh, even King Lego. Yeah, sure, Mr. Tough Guy. Again, keep up with the booze, guys. Keep up with the booze. They're gonna show those fucking Americans. They're gonna show Trump how tough you are with your wagging of your finger. Yeah, dude. You fucking got it. You guys are real tough. You know, for a bunch of people that are, we're fucking stuck up here like X amount of months hibernating. You think at this point Canadians would have grown a little bit of thick fucking skin at this point, but no, they haven't learned their fucking lesson.
Because you are the net exporter. It makes no sense. Justin Trudeau doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
I could say more, but I think I'll let my chat have some fun with that one. So chat, go down there and have some fun. This guy can't even talk properly without his freaking script, without saying Yeah, that's a little bit awkward now, isn't it?
He apparently he thinks this is a power move.
Look who's talking! Look who's fucking talking! Says the piece of shit that invoked the War Measures Act 2.0 on protesters. Yeah, okay. Good job, bruh.
Why? I'm confused. I'm honestly confused.
There's nothing to be confused about. He's a fucking idiot. Okay? He's a fucking idiot. Just like you guys have politicians that are Democrats screwing things up, and anything is just arbitrary. On the surface, it seems retarded, but that's how they think. That's how stupid these people are. This guy graduated from dictator college. It doesn't mean that he's smart. Just because you have a master's or an undergrad or whatever the case is doesn't mean it measures your fucking intelligence. Doesn't mean shit. I mean, he's doing a good job taking marching orders from the cabal in the New World Order. Well, that lame New World Order. It's not going to last. You know, he's good at doing that. He is an actor. Yes, I know Trump is an actor too, but he's fucking hilarious. And he was on Double E. He was doing all that shit. What did Trudeau do? He was on Rolling Stones magazine. Big fucking deal. He's lame. Nobody likes this guy. I wonder what his approval rating is going to be after this.
I've seen it all within politics, within news, within current events. I've never seen a move like this before.
Because these guys... I mean, you're right. Same thing. I wasn't anticipating for him to do the same thing. But I was anticipating stupidity. That's what I was anticipating, you know? This guy is not a leader. This guy is nothing close to such a thing at all. So, you know, like, what more can I say? This is part of his economics.
It just seems pathetic.
It really well is. It's beyond pathetic. Again, I've said this a bazillion times. That Canada is a joke and it memes its own existence. And with the help of Cuban Fabio getting cornered, and Trump helping him stay cornered in some situations, help expose this asshole of the old paradigm, how it's just not going to work anymore. What more do you fucking need? That's the reason why I'm cheering on the United States. It's for selfish reasons for me. And here's my thing. I've been talking about this since the original turf war in this case. How do you boycott? Like, because a lot of Canadians are wanting to boycott America and anything American as we speak. Okay, good for you. My thing is, how do I boycott an entire country because of XYZ reasons? At this point, you guys know what some of them are. For the most part, they're anti-liberty. They're anti-liberty. So with that in mind, how I, as a Canadian, boycott the entirety of Canada while still living in it? That also goes with Quebec. It's really impossible. The only one way to do it is to move the fuck out of here. But that's easy said than done.
I don't understand exactly what's going on. I mean, yeah, you're going to tariff the maple syrup that you import at 25%. Do you realize how much that'll mean to the Vermont economy? Oh, hell, we'll be flush.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, because our Canadian dollar is down, and if this thing actually goes through where on both, like on this side of the border, Canada's a little too fucking expensive for the average Canuck, does that mean that I can go back to Plattsburgh and start spurging out in the local economy there? I'm just wondering, is it even worth it?
We'll be selling it out the ass. Yeah, that'll be great. So go ahead, do your tariffs, do your bullshit. I imagine that the people of Canada probably will retaliate.
Oh, trust me, dude, I would love to fucking retaliate. I would. For me at this point, if I see something American and I think it's a better price compared to the Canadian shit, I'd say yeah, sure, why the fuck not? Why not? But I don't know what's gonna happen. In terms of there's gonna be enough pressure to like get this guy to rethink this whole his lovely strategy. He's not gonna like double down, but I highly doubt it. This guy's a fucking commie. Okay? He's a Chi-Com wannabe. Do you guys think that he's just gonna simply walk away? And no. Just like he was not just gonna arbitrarily and say I'm resigning after my speech. What do you people in Canada fucking think? What do you think? Are you guys that blind? Are you that retarded? No, you guys are retarded. I'm dealing with Canadians. Higher taxes is a good thing.
And you need to get him out of office as quickly as possible.
I've been saying that for the past 10 years, but yet I'm the bad guy and I'm the traitor. I'm the fucking traitor, says Cuban Fabio's fanboys.
Because while Vermont maple syrup is superior...
No, shut up, Styx! Okay, you know what? I will try your goddamn maple syrup and I will be the judge of that.
Your product, no offense. No offense.
I am so tempted to send it to you, dude. I'm fucking tempted. Tariffs or not, I want to fucking do it. Give me your P.O. box. I'm doing.
You probably want to continue being able to sell your syrup in the United States, and if you get
also then I don't need to send it to you. Okay, great, forget it.
Tariffed at 25%, arguably the Vermont syrup will be cheaper.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. That's about all. Peace out.
So you know what? Just for this, I have nothing else to add. All I could say is, let the chaos ensue. That's it. That's really all I have. That's all I got. Peace out.